Let's get away, fly away. I'm feeling raindrops on my face. Sun shines through the clouds, yeah. Rainbow all around us. I spread my wings, fly away. The wind sweeps me off my feet, blowing me away. Trees whispering to me. I feel like let's get away, fly away. I found a path to paradise, shining sparkle of gold. Take my hand, find a way out. Heavenly stars above. Just believe what's in your heart. No border between us. Nothing can divide us.
I have something that if you are a extremely long time viewer of mine, we're talking like fuck, how long ago was this stream? Whoopsies. I did one stream way back when, like way a million years ago. Let's see. 2 months ago. So if you were following me 2 months ago, you would have already seen this video. We're not going to watch this whole thing because it's kind of long, but I was asked to do vibrational healing bingo. And when I was told vibrational healing bingo, the very first thing that popped into my mind was this guy, Norb Cufus. And Norb Cufus is an interesting boy because he is a completely insane conspiracy nut job. Oh fuck, Noita's still making noise in the background. I said save and quit, leave me alone. Okay.
This body of work is a hypothesis and theory based on syncretic research. This research is meant to unite people and open up discussions about our reality. All we ask is that you be kind to each other once you watch this and start discussing and dissecting it. We also ask and strongly encourage you and everybody to re-upload and mirror this on any and every platform. Redub it in your language. Do reaction videos, make screenshots, remixes, refixes, and get this out there. One last disclaimer, some of the maps on these models and elements are not the spec, and I did them to be as visual as possible. So don't mind some of the maps
made
being
everything
off,
in this video
or totally
himself.
wrong. They are meant for representation purposes only. So grab your snacks and drinks and get ready to have your mind blown.
Thank you, Norb. I already
Let's
have
go.
my drinks.
Before we get into the details, it's extremely important that you have a full understanding of the construct of our geocentric electromagnetic universe. If you're not familiar with this geocentric model, we're going to leave links in the description for you to catch up on the basics.
So this is what
In
Norb
short,
thinks the
we're not on a
universe
ball.
looks like.
Our Earth currently consists of 4 concentric rings of physical land, beginning and spiraling out from the 0-point axis at the center of the plane, just like a drop of water.
Actually, it's a bit of a story about tonight's drink. Oopsies. No? Yes. Here we go. A little bit of a thing about tonight's drink. So we're drinking these. They're hard frescos. They're really good. I've had these for the stream before, but today I went to my liquor store and I was looking around for some sort of beer that I would want, whatever. And these are like a sparkling water, but not really. They have way more flavor than most sparkling waters. And so I had been getting these, but they were originally selling them with the cans this big, 16-ounce cans, and these are only 12-ounce. And so the 16-ounce cans for a 6-pack was $5, and these for a 6-pack of the 12 ounces was $4.50. So for 50 cents more, you were getting essentially an entire another 12-ounce can. And so I hadn't bought these in a long time because they didn't have the big ones. And so I cave and I buy these, and as I'm checking out, the owner of my little corner liquor store is like, oh, wait, just wait for 1 minute. I'm like, I'm paying cash, so he's like getting my change or whatever. And he sends his assistant to the back of the liquor store and brings me out a whole second box of these. So I have 2 boxes of these now. And this one, the one that I like, is the citrus guava, but he also gave me a full case of the cucumber lime ones, which I don't really like, but it's free. So I have all manner of booze tonight, and maybe I'll switch back and forth between them as the night goes on, or I don't know. Maybe I'll use the cucumber lime ones to make some mixed drinks for some other streams. That would be fun. But yeah, it's gonna be a thing. You guys don't even know what's happening yet. Like, just open up that bingo card and just prepare.
Falls into a larger body of water, therefore creating a ripple effect, beginning from its point of impact, concentrically expanding outwards. The very middle center of this vast earthly concentric plane is what's known as the 0-point axis. This is what we refer to as the magnetic North Pole.
Oh God,
This
I
central
need to
pole
get
is
my
not just a
bingo card
symbolical
out.
metaphor,
I'm on
but
bingo
an
card
actual
3.
physical marker, said to be a magical, or should I say, magnetic pillar, sometimes referred to
Magic, magnets, same thing.
as a holy mountain or the tree of life. The first big red pill you're gonna have to swallow is that beyond all these dimensional fields of energy from where we are now, in our northern and southern extremities, are other extraterrestrial lands inhabited by
So,
other
Flat Earth.
extraterrestrial civilizations. This is what we might call extraterrestrial outer and inner space, extraterrestrial outer and inner Earth. I know, it sounds crazy. Just
They're
bear with me.
magnets. They're magic.
Each of these 4-dimensional rings of Earth have their own eco, lunar, solar systems and seasons, and their own sun and moons, which would be our current 7 wandering stars.
Yes,
Saturn and
thank
Jupiter
you.
being the solar sun and lunar moon of the outermost ring, domain, or realm of Earth. Better understanding of how different
So
ages,
here's the cosmic
races,
clock.
civilizations, and realms have come about over time within our
And
electromagnetic
it doesn't
cosmic
look like
egg
it's going to
universe.
make sense, because it doesn't fucking make sense.
So in order to understand our calendar better, we need to break down something known as an epoch. Our epoch here is going to be 24,000 years for one full cycle. What is the definition of an epoch? A division of time that is itself a subdivision of a
Hell
larger
yeah.
period of time. Think of seconds to minutes to hours to days to months to years.
I gotta
Good
get
examples of
cozy for
epochs.
this.
An epoch is also subdivided into ages corresponding to a series of chronological changes or events. An epoch can sometimes be referred to as an era, age,
Right.
period,
So,
time, eon,
we
span,
got it,
stage,
Norb.
or point
Thank
in
you.
history. Univerging up to each month.
So here's the clock.
The next ring is going to represent our 4 seasons.
So
Autumn,
so we have the months on the outside, and then we have the zodiac signs, and then we have the
spring, and
seasons.
summer. The ring inside this one is going to represent our 24-hour clock, with 6 p.m. being represented at 12. The next ring is our meridian. We have midnight, quarter past, half past, and quarter to. And inside this ring are going to be our 4 concentric lands, eras, ages, civilizations.
So we just went from time being on this clock to, like, planet
solar
timelines.
systems. As stated, we've already had 4 epoch cycles, and we are currently a quarter past the 5th. Now, just as there are 4 earthly physical realms, there are
Uh-huh.
also 4 physical humanoid root races associated
Oh no, not the root races.
with the creation of each realm. These 4 root races are the Hyperboreans, Lemurians,
Hey baby.
Atlanteans, and
Are you okay?
Aryans. But But there's also a fifth race of beings that lives in the center, Mount Meru, of our Earth.
Oh no.
This is the Master Root race, the Polarians. Unlike the other four, the Polarians are semi-ethereal, meaning not completely physical beings. They do not have a definitive skin pigment, size, color, or race.
So he's basically about to spend... Oh, dude, he's... Like, I'm blocking it with the camera, but you can actually see he's got, like, all this shit over here on the side constantly
they are often
working.
depicted as being somewhat
Like, look at all
bluish,
this.
translucent beings.
So,
The very middle-
he's about to spend the next, like, 10 minutes explaining how every different race of person comes from a different circle in his flat Earth world. So, like...
Now, just as there are...
Huh? What'd you say, baby?
Talking it up.
Oh.
Get your eyes. Go. Go, go, go.
Oh. So he says that the white people come from the middle, and then the Asians come from, like, Indians, Asians come from this one, and then, like, Arab races and Native Americans come from this one, and then black people are from the outermost ring. And then he goes on to say that the innermost ring...
There are four earthly beings created their very first physical realm, predominantly
Where is
have their
it?
cultural beliefs and practices
Yeah,
handed
so
down by
black people are from here,
cosmic cycles,
uh,
civilizations,
and
divided
then
separated
this
from
one
another
in the
by
center
Earth realms would have many different
is where white people come from, and he refers to them as living gods on Earth, because he's actually a Nazi. So he's actually a Nazi. So that's
multicultural
exciting.
sub and mixed races in their own domains, just like we have in this realm. Meaning, there are probably thousands of different sub and mixed races and cultures within the different domains across the
But then he
entire
goes
plane
on
of
to
our Earth.
say that 4,000 years ago, when the walls between all these worlds fell the previous time, we had like a 10,000 year long, or we had like 10,000, at some point in the history, there was like a 400 year long race war between all four of these planets, and that's how the races
But
got mixed.
fundamentally, every root, sub, and mixed race on Earth is of Polarian origin. Years.
So
You'll also
then,
notice there are more golden or yellow ages than any other. This is because the golden ages mirror the sun's presence during the course of our 12 calendar month solar season. So as you can see, lots of sunshine in the summer, a little less in autumn and spring, and little to none in winter.
let's see.
Of course, sunshine in this case is translated into conscious intelligence. And obviously, the Yuga ages of our
Okay,
universe
so that's like the gist of this guy's theory, but he also says...
side will all stop and align in the same direction on the same path and gradient at the same time for the first time in 6,000 years.
So
This
this
is what we hypothesize is the long-awaited return of the sun/sun,
Oh
or
my
Christ, the galactic alignment.
So when all the Earth's suns and moons get in a straight line, Jesus is going to appear and open the
Return of
portals.
Nibiru, or Planet X, or consciousness, the great solar event.
Great solar
This cosmic
event.
solar alignment will take 3 days to fully align,
Yeah.
starting on the 21st of December and
So-
ending on the
so
25th of December.
This is
The
this year.
electromagnetic torus fields in all four realms will either disappear or open up or weaken due to this
Oh
galactic
shit, guys, we
solar
only have
alignment.
16 days to get ready for the
This is
fucking
the opening
Taurus
of the portals
fields
or
to
windows of
open.
the heavens spoken of in the Bible. This opening should occur for 7 days, from the 25th to the 31st of December 2020. That also
So,
means
when all the stars in each Earth, so when the sun and moon of each of the Earth rings aligns in a straight line along the path of the minute hand of his giant super clock, the fields that hold each of the Earths apart and prevent us from seeing the other flat Earths within and around our Earth are going to fall momentarily for 7 days. And at that point, everyone who is a low vibration person will be ripped out of our planet and sent to Hyperborea. to live with all the black people. And if you're a good boy who doesn't have any vaccines in his body and is a vegetarian and, you know, you're vibrating on a higher level, then you're a good boy and you go to the Aryan dimension with all the white people.
Means everyone on Earth will all be able to see all the different wandering solar systems of all the domains clearly in our skies.
Yeah.
Everyone will have 20/20 vision. And if you think about it logically, if all the luminaries
If you think about it logically.
are at their lowest points, that would make everything above us easy to see, bright and crystal clear.
If you think about it logically.
On a side note, isn't it interesting that we've all been conditioned to be the most busy during the specific time of year every year, and blinded to the Earth's true oscillations, signs, and beauty? Yeah,
Oh
we celebrate.
my God.
However, the ways we do it and the reasons we do it are perverted. Even with how many trees we cut down every year to carry out a ritual, which could actually be a geocentric
Christmas tree equals flat Earth?
ritual to begin with. The tree of life, the Christmas tree. This period of time is what the ancient cultures were describing when they said there was a time when the sky, seventh trumpet, he, the great sun.
Yeah, so that's why he
Our
says it's
reset happened
2020.
3,000 years after theirs. Which
Okay, alright, okay. So that's about enough of the flat Earth boy, because I just wanted to show you what the people who believe in vibrational healing believe in. Now, this is the guy who made that. This is our boy Norb. Please note that this is the MGTOW theme song.
Cause they don't like the women of today. Feminazism's here to stay. So men are going their own way. This one's going out to all the fellas. You and you and you and you and you. Sandman and Big Towers, freedom and turfing and and Howard there too.
Oh my god. Where's the feminazism? Here it is.
Poison in 1990. Yeah, Bell Biv DeVoe, they had it right. See, calling.
Okay, but I want to point out his dick fingers. This man has dick fingers. If you look at his fingers, he has that that mineral deficiency that makes your fingertips swell up a little bit and look like dicks.
Girls poison in 1990. Tribute
Yeah,
to them.
he has salad fingers.
Fellas, I must warn you. You're sensing something strange on your mind. She did it. It is serious. Better fix it cause you're running out of time. Oh, wait. It's so beautiful. The pussy's so good at the start. I know.
Wow.
But it's so deadly. Cause she takes half your shit when she departs. Yeah, it's real.
Oh, Norm.
She's driving me out of my mind.
Don't say Norm writes bangers. This is the dude, you remember on the last stream when we listened, like, just briefly to Christmas music trap remixes in 432 hertz? That was this guy. He made those. Smoke a lot of weed this Christmas? That was him.
Driving me out of my head. Miss her, kiss her, love her. Poison. She's poison. Most girls are poison.
He just wants a trad wife.
If I were you, I'd take precautions before you start to meet those young girls. You know, in some portions, you'll think she's the best thing in this world. I know, you'll think she's flawed. She'll drive you right out of your fucking mind. Steal your heart when you are blind. She's scheming, she'll make you think you're dreaming. You'll fall in love and you'll be screaming, demon.
Imagine hating women so much that you make this. straight, but I'm so angry at women. I hate them so much. And then he made this, which is a 432 hertz. Alright, okay, I'll give you the link. Here you go. That's the MGTOW anthem. And this is his newest thing. What? Excuse me? Can we just... Wait. I need to slow this fucking down. Okay, I want you to just see... Like, right here. Norb, that's not physics. Oh my god. This animation. Norb. Oh, Norb. What the fuck are these little gremlin creatures? This is Norb's realm. You can't escape. And keep in mind, this is 432 hertz music, so it's healing your DNA. I don't like this. Norb, why did you do this? I'm gonna have a fucking seizure. Norb. Please. Oh my god, Norb. We all exist in Norb's world. There's no escape. This is Norb's desk. We just looked at this.
They don't know how badly my wife wanted a child.
He might be. I wouldn't be surprised. So he's a flat earther furry Nazi who believes in vibrational healing.
That's alright.
Norb, you've got a lot going on in your life, don't you? And you don't know how to use light sources well. Oh! Okay. Jesus Christ. I originally wanted to just do Norb Bingo, but I didn't think I could. I thought that might be bullying. I was imagining a scenario where Norb comes into the chat and is like, stop talking shit, I'll destroy you. And then I just have to yell at him for being a Nazi, I guess. I don't know. And a furry now, apparently. He just keeps looping this, like, one scene that he's created. Very strange. Very strange. Okay. So yeah, but if you look at his actual channel, that's the MGTOW theme song from 3 years ago. That's some more of his music. This is his theory. This is I think this is a song about live making trap beats. Oh, honey. Geocentric ritual? Question mark. Oh my god. So yeah, it's just all of his stuff is like 8D, 444 hertz, stress relief, detox, meditation, sleep insomnia, deep sleep healing music. pain relief frequency, like all this shit. He's a frequency healing nut job. So now, this is Paul
Music has the hidden power
Davids,
to affect our minds,
who I
our
don't
bodies,
think is
our
any
thoughts,
of the
and our
things that
society.
Norb
When that
is.
music is based upon a tuning standard, purposely removed from the natural harmonics found in the sacred numbers and the Fibonacci series of nature, the result may be the psychic poisoning of the mass mind of humanity.
Oh,
Although I was aware of the rumors, I was not well acquainted
no,
with
it's just
432
music.
theory. Anyway, not until I noticed how many comments in my "Do we all tune our guitars wrong" video were about that topic. So I decided to dive into the topic some more, and what I found out was shocking, to say the least. So
shocking.
we start at the beginning. The frequency of 440 Hz is the A above middle C, and nowadays serves as a tuning standard for musical pitch. Hertz is a unit meaning per second, so it refers to 440 vibrations in 1 second. Until the 19th century, there was no coordinated effort to standardize the pitch, and all the levels varied widely. Different countries tuned differently, and it even varied from city to city. Until the 1500s, the A was somewhere between 400 and 500 Hz. In the era of Bach, the A was tuned to 4 and 15 Hz. So at this day, quite a few musicians performing Bach or other Baroque music are tuning to A is 415, which is 1 semitone lower than what we use nowadays. During the classical period, the pitch
I don't
was
know what
raised
a
to
semitone
430, very
is.
close to 432. For example, a lot of Mozart's work is being performed in 432, and he was a Freemason, just do the math. With the world getting more mobile and technology was evolving, everyone felt the need to settle on a standard pitch. In
Okay,
1850
you don't need to put the train whistle in there. God, I didn't know that was coming out of my headset. I got spooked.
The French government passed a law which set the A at 435. This was the first attempt to standardize pitch at such scale. It became quite a popular pitch standard outside France as well. Around 1900 there was a British attempt for fixing the A at 439. And in the 1930s the broadcasting industry made a push towards the total standardization of A at 440 in Europe and in North America. Success was achieved in 1939 at an international conference in London. They recommended that the A above middle C was set at 440 Hz,
Got it.
known as concert pitch. Whilst researching this, I found two main differences in schools of thought: the pro-432 movement and the anti-440 movement. On one side, there's belief among some that 432 is more in harmony with the universe. When playing 432, the C is close to 256, a frequency very connected to 8 Hz, which is called the heartbeat of the Earth, better known as Schumann resonance. There are peaks in extremely low frequency of the electromagnetic field of the Earth and resonate roughly at 7.83 Hz. Also, it's said that 432 resonates with the universe's golden mean, phi, and unifies the properties of light, time, space, matter, gravity, and magnetism with biology, the DNA code, and consciousness.
What
Studies
does
have
that
shown that 432
mean?
musical therapy helps ease anxiety, bring down heart rate and blood pressure, and generally has a soothing effect. Also, 432 has a very positive effect on the third eye chakra, and even can heal DNA. Probably true. The other side is pretty dark and covered up with some Illuminati conspiracy thoughts. Having read it a lot, I can summarize it as follows. The Nazis had their say in the matter, of course. Joseph Goebbels, Hitler's propaganda man, supposedly pushed the internationalization of 440 in 1939 to untune people and cloud their intuition. If you dig deeper, you find out that Illuminati is probably involved as well. They supposedly sponsored
course they
Goebbels
are.
to promote the adoption of 440 standard. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, everyone is involved. But I'm still a bit
Yeah,
skeptical.
no, they're here.
The problem
They're
I
doing
got
it.
with is this. It is all
We haven't
measured
had the Illuminati for like 10 streams, and now here they are.
on the basis of a second. Hertz. What's so special about a second? A second is not something defined. It is something we all decided to use as a standard system to define time. And it all dates back to the Babylonians, who used the sexagesimal system, counting to 60s. The use of 12 subdivisions for day and night, 60 for hours and minutes, turns out to be more useful than tens and hundreds. So we use seconds because it comes in handy, not because there is something universally connected to the time it takes for 1 second to pass. Okay, now it's time for some music. I'm playing songs in different keys, because it's very well possible that one different song can sound better if it's tuned down slightly or tuned up. But without any bias from me, I'm very excited what you think sounds better. It may sound awkward changing back and forth between 432 and 440, but if it's really true that 432 resonates with the universe and heals DNA, then I'm sure it won't be a problem.
Yeah, he's like an actual, like actual YouTuber. He's a real person. He's not Norb. Is that his clone, or is he using an editing trick? Or is he just such a basic white guy that he looks exactly like his friend? That is a neat editing trick, though. I like that. I don't think there's really a difference. I don't know. Is there a difference? Oh, it's a little higher pitched. I don't know, the 440 sounds a little bit nicer. Okay, that's enough examples, thank you. That's enough examples, thank you!
A final word. I personally believe that changing to 432 doesn't let a different part of the universe vibrate. First, hertz. It's all based on seconds, which is so arbitrary. Second, playing in a different key would make the 432 frequency pretty irrelevant. When you play in B, C sharp, or G sharp, the 432 frequency isn't that present at all. There wouldn't be much left of the 256 hertz, the heartbeat of the Earth.
Okay.
And third, when playing an instrument, you never hear one frequency resonating. It's always a peak of multiple frequencies.
No, you can't. You're not allowed to debunk the whole conspiracy right now. We have to watch different videos. Thank you. Debunking not allowed. It's the same frequency as the solar system and life and water. It's all about love and light and cosmic consciousness energy flowing through us. I'm gonna debunk! I've only ever made one debunking video. I debunked the rock fossils, the mud fossils guy. That was it. Yeah, the Nazis did it. It was the Nazis. Nord Kufis is playing his music in 440 hertz. There's no difference. The Nazis were all about magic, actually. But... I don't know, man. I'm listening real hard, and there's not much difference. Maybe I need to fuck with my headphone settings. Oh my god, I don't have an option to turn up the 432 hertz. The conspiracy is real. It doesn't matter at all. How's that look on the headphones? That's neat. I don't know what's going on in this video. Okay, Elon Musk
Hello and welcome
is
to
doing stuff.
BusyWorksBeats.com. Today we continue our music
.com.
theory series right here at BusyWorksBeats.com/music theory. Today we're going to cover the 432 hertz mystery. What is it, and why is it
basically
so important, and why do so many people hate it? So firstly, I'll break the myth that 432 doesn't matter. It comes down to this. I'll keep it simple. I'll get straight to the point in this video. I don't want to bore people, okay? Like other channels, they talk about 432 was not good. It doesn't sound good. It's just going in for no reason. Anyway, this is what it's really about. This is the ancient science, okay? So Pythagorean
This is the
triangles,
ancient
they taught you these in
science.
school, but they didn't tell you why it was so important. So there's a golden ratio. There's a perfect ratio when it comes to shapes and geometry. I'm not going to get into everything about everything, okay?
Okay.
And the occult. But what it comes down to in this triangle is that you have one angle that's 108 degrees, and you have two other angles which are 36 degrees, and together they make 180 degrees combined. Now the other secret on top of that is that 108, if you do numerology counting, which is adding the numbers within the number, so 1 plus 0 plus 8
not
is
numerology.
9, okay? And 3 plus 6 is 9, and 3 plus 6 is 9, and 9 plus 9 plus 9 is 27, 2 plus 7 is 9. So this is what they consider perfect ratio. Also, there's a 3-to-1 ratio per each side. There's a deep science to it. I'll leave a link below to the guy who explains like the math behind it. I'll also leave a link below to the secret BPMs video that I made explaining this. So pull out your calculators with me and let's do some math. Very simple math. So I have my iPhone calculator. So let's do. So here's how you find out the
Numerology
secret
is
numbers,
bad,
okay? So
but
408
fucking.
times 3. Oops, did that wrong.
Okay,
So
this is
408
all a numerology video. I have a better numerology video. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Numerology is like one step above fucking gematria.
It has been said that if there is ever to be such a thing as a true universal language, it will most likely be expressed in the realms of mathematics, geometry, energy patterns, and frequency. Could it be that this language, or at least the foundation of it,
Let me know if the
already
audio is
exists
okay
here
for you
on Earth?
guys.
Is it possible that over the
If it
course of
starts fucking
thousands
up,
of
just
years,
let me know.
we have been somehow guided in the process of creating this new form of communication? And if so, what type of information will be conveyed through it that could not be expressed any other way? In the search for answers,
That's not the link
we
I
must be
wanted to
prepared
drop.
to trek through both time and space,
How
to
could you
open
do
our
this to
eyes
me?
and minds wide enough to notice compelling coincidences, and to stand back far enough to see if the building blocks of some kind of mathematical, spatial, frequency-based language emerge.
Uh-huh.
But before we begin our journey, we will pause here in the present day to notice some of the ways that we measure and
Okay, I
tabulate
can
the
turn
world
it
around
down a
us.
little bit.
This is an important step, for how we count and measure things can be as revealing as why we count them. First, we will take a look at the way we measure time. For all practical purposes, the smallest unit is 1 second, and we all know it takes 60 seconds
Remain
to make
calm.
a minute, and then 60 of these
Welcome
minutes
to
to
the
make an
stream.
hour. This hour, of course, is the unit by which we divide our days, and these days become months, years,
Go ahead and
decades,
grab yourself a
centuries,
bingo
and so on.
card, and as the things on the
Speaking
bingo
of
cards
60,
come up,
let's take a moment
we're gonna
to notice
be
that all
drinking.
geometry,
along
whether it is
with
2 or
them.
3 dimensional, is also derived from base 60 mathematics that
Yeah,
provide
this
the
is a much
foundation
more
for a
explanatory
360
video
degree circle,
about the
which in turn provides us
mathematics.
with all the angles and formulas for creating virtually every shape known to humankind. Now let's look at how many cultures from all over the world have chosen to count and group things. Right away, we see that we have been
was good,
attracted to the
Alpha.
number 12. 12 eggs in a dozen.
12 eggs in a
12 months
dozen.
in a year.
Therefore, 432 hertz healing frequency is real.
12 inches in a foot. 12 signs of the zodiac. Strangely, whether it's tallying disciples or
Originally
mythical
10
gods,
months in
the
a
number
year, but
12
sure,
appears
keep
often
going.
in the telling of our greatest stories about ourselves. And what about distance? Your local town might be measured in meters or other units, but when we talk about measuring our planet,
We
the
have
standards
one.
we all
Numbers,
use revert
therefore
back to base 60
frequency
units of
conspiracy.
miles, minutes, or geometrical degrees. Are you noticing the pattern here? We seem to be
noticing the
encountering a
pattern
lot
here?
of 12s and 60s. Are they related? And if so, how? To answer that piece of the puzzle, we must travel roughly 5,000 years back in time to visit the ancient Sumerian culture of Mesopotamia, for here is where our 1260-based math comes from. This counting system, which was invented by the same people who produced the world's first written language, involved counting the knuckles of the 4 long fingers on one hand
Ugh, I
and then
should've
multiplying
shaved.
them by all 5 digits on the
Growing
other
a
hand.
neck beard again.
If you do this,
Gross.
you will get a maximum number of 12 knuckles times 5 fingers, which of course
I
totals
don't
60.
want to act calm
How
about
these
this
cosmic
anymore.
jumps in language and
We can't
mathematics
remain
occurred so
calm. The
suddenly is open
numbers,
to
what do
debate.
they mean?
But it is interesting to note that the ancient Sumerians themselves wrote about being given this information by sky god visitors they called the Anunnaki.
And we
Who
got
and
the
what the
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki were is a
Like,
hotly
honestly, this
contested
is bringing
subject.
out so
But
many,
one thing
like,
that cannot be
conspiracy
denied is
tropes
the
that I
fact
did
that
not
over
expect.
5,000 years ago, a mathematical system was born that incredibly still serves us today. So now that we have our various units of measurement, all based on the Sumerian 1260 counting system, let's jump forward to a few pivotal moments in history and see what other numbers, patterns, and synchronicities appear. In the 6th century BC, on the Greek island of Samos, the famed mathematician Pythagoras led a school of thought that married philosophy, mathematics, music, and of course geometry. And while Pythagoras did not discover advanced geometry,
Isn't there, like, a
he did apply it
Pythagorean
in new
cult
ways,
as well?
especially to music. For
feel like
instance,
there
he
is.
noticed that when a tauten string was plucked, it would create a tone. And when that string was divided in half, it would make the same tone, only twice as high in pitch. Pythagoras then came up with numerical ratios based on harmonic fifths, and this led to the creation of the musical scale found at the root of most modern music.
Okay.
It is important to note that according to Pythagoras, all musical notes were found by using mathematics, and as such were given number values according to their placement in a kind of master grid. For instance, by using fifths beginning from note number 1,
So, like, this is something that I heard a lot about when I was learning how to play bass, is that people who are really good at math also tend to be really good at music. Personally, I'm not very good at either of those things. So I don't do that anymore. I don't play music anymore. I did learn how to play bass, but I was learning entirely by ear and muscle memory, so it was not a, I never learned how to read music, and I never, like, memorized, the notes on the bass, so I'm bad.
he was eventually
Low
guided to
tier.
note 27. And to find
Yeah,
the
my
same
best
note
friend
twice as
also
high
can
in
play
pitch,
anything with
he simply
strings.
kept doubling it to 54,
And a lot of things
108,
without strings, honestly.
216, 432, and so on up the scale. If you've ever heard of Pythagorean tuning, you know that the number
Yeah.
432 is quite important. To Pythagoras himself, it probably wouldn't have stood out more
Like,
than
I have a
any
good
other in
ear,
his numerical grid.
But I have
But
no
in our quest to
discipline,
find a universal
and I have
language
no,
based
like,
on mathematics
willingness
and
to
frequency,
practice.
this particular
so.
note represents a significant piece of coincidental evidence. You see, many ancient musical instruments, from Tibetan bowls to Native American flutes,
So,
happen to produce
the
the same
ancient
tone, a tone that
civilizations had
vibrates
the
at 432
frequencies.
cycles per second. That's compelling, but even more intriguing is the fact that Pythagoras was not calculating vibration cycles to find tone 432. It just happens to be the same number.
Yeah.
What's more, For decades, most modern musical instruments were also tuned to this same fourth octave A, with a value of 432 cycles. How could this be? Who
How
chose
could
this
this
particular
be?
note as the keystone for instrument tuning, and more importantly, why? Here is where a deeper
It was
mystery
aliens.
begins to emerge.
It was ancient
and to
aliens.
explore it, we will need to go back to
Obviously.
Pythagoras' other passion,
Why even
geometry.
ask?
It is not an exaggeration to say that to Pythagoras and his disciples, geometry and math held a key to the nature of all life everywhere, and maybe it does. Let's look at the first four geometric shapes: the circle,
Honestly,
triangle, square, and
whenever
pentagon.
people in
In each of them
conspiracy
are angles
videos
of
ask a
degrees that, when
rhetorical
added together,
question, the answer
always
is
total a specific
aliens like
number
9 out of
relative
10
to that
times.
particular shape. For instance, if we take a triangle, the sum total of all three interior angles is always 180. For both the square and circle, it is 360. For a pentagon, it is 540. Now at this moment, let's step back and look at these numbers in a different way, as there seems to be something about them that reaches beyond a simple sum of angles. Did you notice that they happen to be in the same numerical neighborhood as tone 432?
What the fuck is a numerical neighborhood? What is a numerical neighborhood?
What's more, they all add up to 9, just like 432. As an experiment,
They're doing numerology again. They're just adding everything.
let's take a look at the numbers found
Everything
in basic
adds up
geometric
to
shapes,
9. It's like
then
that
apply
movie. What's that movie where the guy, like, the number 23 is, like, following him? You know what I'm talking about?
those numbers as vibration cycles to hear the tones they produce. First, let's listen to what the 180 total degrees contained in a triangle sound like.
Boys, I shit you not, I googled random number
And here's a
generator,
squares and circles 360 in
and we
cycles
got
per second.
fucking 9. Are you fucking joking? It's all true. Everything is true. The numbers. Oh no, the numbers. No, fuck that. Okay, let's do max 9... minimum 0. Generate. Okay, so we take 9786, right? Right, so we do 9 plus 7 plus 8 plus 6. And that gives us 30. But if we get rid of the 0 and we multiply it by itself, that's 3 times 3. And that gives us 9! Every time. Alright, do it again. 4869. 4869. We take 4 plus 8 plus 6. So that's 10, that's 18, that's 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. Bam! Did it again. It's always 9. Then we do it again. Let's go again. 4 plus 5 plus 2. That's 11. 11 minus 2. That's 9. I couldn't do that one. I couldn't do that one. 46. Okay, that's 10. Okay. It's 9. That was only one more than 9. 1,
perfect
0,
octave
minus
up
the
from the
1.
triangle.
That's 9.
What about
It's
the
always
pentagon
9.
at 540?
If you try hard enough, you can always
That
get
sounds
9.
like a harmonic fifth of the other two. That's interesting. What are
That's
these tones?
interesting.
They are F sharp and its perfect harmonic fifth of C sharp. Let's keep going. What does a hexagon 720 sound like? Another F sharp.
They already did
Here's
the
a
Fibonacci
seven-sided
spiral. Didn't you
septagon,
see it?
which totals
It
900.
was in the previous video, I think.
This is an A sharp.
You're
which
in
happens to be
after
the note required
Fibonacci
to complete
spiral.
an F sharp major chord in perfect three-part harmony.
What does this
And
even
finally, the
mean?
octagon, where
What
we-
is it even? I don't understand. Which actually is a bingo on itself. Lots of musical examples. I just don't get it. I don't know music theory or math, so I'm just over here like the dumbest boy right now. Just like, what does it mean? What does it mean? I don't know. Anyway,
we get
I'm gonna go grab a shot
1080,
glass. I'll be right
another
back.
C
And I'm gonna
sharp.
go pee.
Suddenly, geometry is expressed by tones, and these tones just happen to create the most beautiful form of music, a perfect three-part major chord in the key of F sharp. Is this something we've been missing for years? Is it important? To the famous philosopher and mathematician Plato, the answer would have been a resounding yes, for it is Plato who advanced the study of two-dimensional geometry into three-dimensional geometry, and who began to recognize that nature, whether expressed as a tone, the petal design of a flower, or the spiraling design of a seashell, seemed to follow a 3D mathematical pattern. In fact, it became an obsession of Plato to try and find the simplest three-dimensional geometric shapes, and his quest ultimately revealed what we now call the Platonic solids. In essence, these forms represent the most elemental construction blocks found both in human-made and natural forms. So let's see if and how they fit into our geometry tone grid. First, there is the tetrahedron, or a three-sided pyramid comprised of 4 interlocking triangles. As we did before, let's add up all the angles found in those 4 triangles. The answer, 720, which we have already seen is the tone F sharp. Next, we have the cube, whose 6 360-degree squares totals 2160. What does it sound like? (2160) is a high C sharp, and as you will see later, a very interesting number for other reasons as well. Next up is the octahedron. Constructed of 8 triangles, this shape totals 1440, which is another perfect F sharp.
Do you know what I just fucking, you know what I just thought of? Because he's doing the
The
shapes and the
icosahedron
sounds.
is made up of 20 triangles, so the total number of degrees is 3600.
Oh god, it's gonna scream. I just thought of something. I think it's the 5th angel, right? This is all I can think of. This is the noise that the shapes make. I also love when it goes, oh.
As a tone, 3600 vibration
It's exactly
cycles
the same.
create the A sharp needed to complete
It's just
yet
shapes
another
that
F sharp
scream.
major
That's
chord
the title
that
of this
sounds like
video.
this. At this point, we have seen how 2- and 3-dimensional geometry can be expressed by the notes found in an F sharp major chord.
Okay.
Could this also be true with what is
Scream
known as
and
sacred
shapes.
geometry? To find out, we will first need to build a design called the
We're
Germ
almost
of
done
Life,
with this bottle
which,
of
when
lime bite.
repeated, goes on to
We'll have to
reveal
get
the
something
seed of
else
life,
next week.
then flower of life pattern found at sacred sites all over the world. First, we start with a circle at 360
You're
degrees.
joking.
Which is
We're doing the spirit science magic circles too now? Are you joking?
F sharp.
Oh.
We then add our second
We're
circle,
on the sounds that
bringing
the
total
shapes
to
make.
720. Another F sharp. 3 circles totals 1080, which provides
God,
the harmonic
stop.
fifth of C sharp. 4 circles is 1440, another F sharp.
Oh, look at
5
that.
circles
We
totals
finished the
1800,
bottle.
or the A sharp needed to once again provide the
Wow.
harmonic third of an F sharp
This
major
bottle
chord.
has been through so much with
And finally
us.
the 6th circle, which brings the total to 2160, another C sharp. Amazing. It's as if we can now
Amazing.
both see and hear
It's almost
the
as if
flower
I
of
have
life
a
pattern
headache.
that has intrigued humankind for thousands of years. So now we have two-dimensional geometry, three-dimensional geometry,
Oh my
and
God.
even sacred geometry being represented by different variations of an F-sharp major chord.
Oh, I hate this.
How is this not common knowledge?
How is this
How
not
have we
common
missed
knowledge?
this connection?
You're right, I should do
There are
tequila
actually
next.
three explanations. One, for reasons ranging from the mundane to the conspiratorial, musical instruments are no longer tuned to an A vibrating.
I hate this. I honestly hate this. We're never doing a repeat of this bingo night because I hate the noises that this video and all these videos are making. So, this shot is a very special shot. It's the last one of that bottle that's gotten us through the last 5 streams. So this shot goes out to Hidedekiano. If he doesn't release Evangelion 3+1 3.0 plus 1.0 this fucking coming year, if he doesn't release it on its designated release date of, I believe, January 20th, I am going to personally fly to Japan and kick his fucking ass. I will. I literally will. This is an actual threat. I am threatening this man. Please don't sue me. I'm not threatening you. If this fucking next Evangelion movie... Wait, is it out already? Yeah, January 23rd. If this doesn't come out on January 23rd, I will throw a shit fit. I will throw the shittiest fit anyone has ever seen. We have waited. Ano's depression. Oh, poor depression boy. Fuck you. Do the work. Let's find out. Let's how long have we been waiting for this movie? Oh, only 6 years? It's only been 6 years. Jesus fucking Christ. When did 1.0 come out? Yeah, 2009. No, 2008. Holy shit. So this shot goes out to Hidetake Anno finishing the movie and putting it out to us on time. Because that's exactly what's going to happen, and we've never had the release date moved back ever. Not once, not a single time ever has he not adhered to a release date. Yay! I will stream
at
it.
432 cycles per second, but rather 440.
If the movie comes out,
2. Modern tuning calls for equal
if the
temperament,
movie comes out,
which no longer adheres
I will
to Pythagoras'
do
whole number
a
simplicity. And
Discord
3,
stream.
The tuning method required
Because
to
I don't
reveal
think
geometric shapes
I don't think I
is
can
based
watch
on a
it on Twitch without getting taken down. But I will pirate the movie, and I will, or buy it, I don't know. If it has an English sub when it comes out, I will buy it, and we will watch it on Discord together, and it'll be great. And that's what we'll do.
a mathematical grid rather than mathematical ratios. This grid, if it had a name, would probably
In
be
fact,
called
we should
something
do a
like
movie
factor 9,
marathon of all
because the number
3 of the
9 is
previous
found not only
videos,
in the
and
sum
then
of
watch
every
that
note on the
one
grid,
as soon
but
as it
also
comes
as
out.
the number required to move up or down the scale. For
Probably
instance,
still be on quarantine.
if we
so-
started at note A at 216 cycles, all we would have to do is add or subtract the number
Hell
9
yeah.
to reveal all the other tones
Fucking
in that
love
octave.
Evangelion.
And it is here, on this incredible factor 9 grid, that we find not just some of our geometric numbers, but all of them. Conversely, modern A440 tuning reveals not one correlation to geometric numbers.
I don't know
Now
what
let's
any
go
of
back
this
for a moment and take a
means.
look at one of these numbers, 2160, the number expressed by both the cube and the germ of life pattern. You may have already noticed that without the 0, it is exactly half of our magic 432.
What is...
That's worth noting. But what is even more
That's worth
intriguing is
noting.
the way this number keeps showing up in other large-scale measurements. To discover one of these measurements, we will need to jump forward from Plato's time to when the Mayan civilization was flourishing. Roughly 1500 years ago, Mayan stargazers were the most accomplished astronomers the world had ever known. Their concept of cyclical time led to many incredible discoveries: the accurate length of a year, the exact dates of seasonal changes, even the moments when solar and lunar eclipses would occur. But their most amazing discovery was of something known as the precession of the equinox, which makes note of a very slow wobble of Earth's axis. Somehow aware of the fact that this wobble takes 25,920 years to complete, the Mayans called this cycle one great year, with each of its 12 great months requiring 2160 Earth years to complete. And what about this? Did you know that the diameter of our moon, when measured in miles, also happens to total, you guessed it, 2160?
What? Alright, that's fine.
Lastly, watch what happens when we apply simple division to this highly synchronous number. 2160 divided by 2 is 1080, the angle sum of the octagon. By 3, 720, the total of the hexagon. By 4, 540, the pentagon. By 5, are you ready? It's the ketone of 432. And by 6, 360, the number of both the square and circle. All F sharps and C sharps, with our 432A thrown into the mix, as if it were some kind of clue to solving a cosmic riddle. Maybe we should look at this number even more closely. As we've stated, our closest celestial neighbor, the Moon, is 2160 miles across, and 216 is exactly half of 432.
And it adds up to
What about
9.
the other large object in our sky? Were you aware that our Sun is 864,000 miles across? Incredibly, where the Moon's base number sequence is half of 432, the Sun's number sequence is exactly twice 432. And do you know how many seconds there are in a day? 86,400, or 43,200 for the 12 hours of day, and 43,200 for the 12 hours of night. Or try this. Take the 360 degrees found in the circular shape of our Sun and Moon, and then multiply it by the 12 hours of either day or night. The answer, 4320. Or how about this? What is the only whole number that, when squared, comes to within 0.01% accuracy to measuring the speed of light? 432. What is going on here?
I don't
we have all these different
understand.
things: Earth cycles, time and celestial measurements, geometry, sonic frequency, yet they are all represented by the same numbers over and over again. To answer that, we must search for the factor common to all of them, and that common factor is
9.
the 5,000-year-old Sumerian 1260 counting system. It is what gave us the inches to a foot, the seconds to a minute, and the 360 degrees in geometry. It's almost as if the sky god visitors, who the Sumerians called the Anunnaki, provided humanity with a counting system that would lead to the discovery of these synchronicities. Could it be that the number 432 really is some kind of cosmic key that unlocks a language of higher understanding? And if
Mysterious
so,
Universe
have these
covered
sky
this.
visitors ever been back to make sure we don't miss the importance of the 432 matrix? One possible answer can be found in the story of a man named George Van Tassel, a respected aeronautical engineer who believed he was contacted by extraterrestrial beings in the early 1950s.
Ah, a
During this
contactee.
encounter, Van Tassel said he was provided with a mathematical formula that could be used for everything from time travel to sound frequency healing, and which he used to build the world-famous Integratron
God. Healing in any context. I didn't think we were going to get that out of this video.
California. What is this formula? It is F equals 1 over T, or frequency equals one particular something divided by the number of time. Well, what if that one something was the biggest one on our planet, the one great year of 25,920 discovered by the Mayans? And what if the number for time was the most logical choice of 60? Suddenly, this mysterious equation is expressed as frequency equals 25,920 divided by 60. Are you ready for the answer? It's 432. Not only the frequency that instruments all of the world have been tuned to for thousands of years, but also the number that reveals the synchronistic nature of life on this planet. Noticing all these coincidences revealed by the 432 matrix and the Sumerian counting system, we must wonder if other...
This is the type of conspiracy video that I hate the most. because it's so convincing. It's so convincing that I can't say anything that debunks it, and I can't, like, not take it into account. You know what I mean? Like, when shit gets like this, to the point where it's like, here's a bunch of math and science, and it all lines up, and you fuck yourself. I'm just like, fuck. There's nothing I can do about this
Ancient cultures
situation.
were aware of them as well. Just scratching the surface, it would seem that they were. For example, let's take the Sumerian 12 and square it for a total of 144. Right off, we see that it is indeed a number and tone contained within the factor 9 grid. Expanding outward, we find 1440,
4 plus 1
then
equals 9.
144,000, which is a number that appears all over the world in the most compelling of ways. Take, for instance, the Great Pyramid of Giza. It happens to have been covered with
Something about the pyramids.
144,000
A staple of our bingo cards, yet it does not appear on this one because I didn't watch this far into this video.
smooth white casing stone.
I'd just like to point out that everything that's happened in this video, and all of these videos, has fallen well within the scope of my PhD in crazy. And that is why I'm here, is because of my PhD.
To ancient Mayans, 144,000 days was the length of their 394-year back tomb. A
The
time
crazies
cycle
can't come
which
up
has
with
just begun
anything that
again.
I haven't
In the
already
Bible, we read that there
attributed
will
to
be
them.
144,000 chosen ones redeemed from the earth prior to the apocalypse.
I'm crying.
Obviously, number sequences like these have been significant to many different cultures and religious sects, and to one enigmatic group in particular, the Freemasons.
The
Were
Freemasons!
the earliest Masons.
Remember how the first video we watched, well, not the first one, the first non-Norb Kufis video we watched referenced Freemasons, like, as a joke? And now here we are, with the Freemasons referenced as not a joke.
The supposed keepers of sacred information, also aware of the Factor 9 grid, the 432 key, and the number 144,000. Their infatuation with the numbers 3 and 13 might be telling. For instance, if you divide 144,000 by 432, the answer is 333.3 into infinity. Or take a look at the back of a dollar bill. That famous unfinished pyramid could be revealing some interesting clues.
Oh yeah, does it have 432 bricks? Did you count them?
For instance, there are 13 steps climbing the pyramid, and 13 times 33.3 is 432.9.
Fuck, I was close.
Even the shape of the flat-topped pyramid appears to be made as if someone had drawn 4 dots in a line, then 3 above it,
Oh my
and 2
god.
above that, and then connected those dots to reveal this iconic shape. And of course, let's not forget that the square root of our all-important Factor 9 grid is 3 3s. Who else knew about 432? The answer is surprising. In India, large cycles of time are called Kali Yugas, and each one
Oh my
is
god, we've got the
432,000
Kali Yuga
years
too?
long. In fact, the number 432 appears so often in
Nord
sacred
Kufis
structures
had
and
the
myths,
Kali Yuga
from
in his
Stonehenge to the
fucking,
pyramids, that author Joseph Campbell could not help but see it.
Alright, we gotta go back to Norb. Wait! Here they are. 1 hour ago, Norb literally made this during the stream. He's here with us. Remember when I said that Norb was an hour ago and he's got 107 views? Flat Earth Christmas Solfeggio Frequencies? That's on our fucking bingo card. Are you joking? Are you actually joking? How could this have happened? I could literally not have planned this. I guess it's all true. I guess it's all fucking true. That's what I'm getting out of this. It's all true. Jesus, what the fuck? Does this smoke a lot of weed this Christmas? Wow. He lost 20 plus subs because of his last Christmas Trap Remixes upload. I have no idea what my channel has turned into or what to produce. Oh no. Oh, poor Norb. He lost his dad, his stepdad, and his uncle since COVID happened. Oh. I'm sorry, Norb. Oh, now I'm feeling bad for Norb. Like, this wasn't supposed to happen. I'm supposed to hate Norb. But Norb is also a person. Oh, and Norb is just... You can really sense the pain he's going through by this dance that Santa is doing. It really represents the struggle in Norb's heart. I'm sorry for clowning on you so hard, Norb. I didn't really mean it. Oh, I feel bad now. Santa, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, did someone just follow? I heard the exalt noise. Angel Diaz Guevara, welcome to the stream. We're watching a Flat Earther's Christmas music medley, but it's lo-fi, and it's also in 432 hertz, which is the healing frequency of the universe. Please grab a bingo card and a beer. Like, this is a lot. Alright, so... why did I go back to Norb's channel for? Oh, the Kali Yugas. Okay. Kali Yuga.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Okay, this allows the whole orb to breathe in and out, and these toroidal fields protect each perimeter, or we can call them
Show me the
districts.
fucking clock,
So we are
Norb.
on the center one, and you'll see 4 here with a tiny one. Hi, everybody.
Show me the clock,
Welcome back to
Norb.
my channel.
Okay.
Which means, during this 7-day cosmic event, anyone able or allowed to enter this inner realm will technically
Here it is.
realm.
Okay.
Cycle stage they are in.
Cycle
Awakening
stage
mirrors the
conscious
timeline here.
awakening.
Spring, autumn,
Okay. This is the Kali Yuga. So what we were looking at, the very first video of this stream, is the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga is 5 golden ages, and then an iron age where we start falling from our golden age into a bronze age where we are at our lowest point, and then a silver age where we begin rising again. So in the Yuga cycle, consciousness goes from we start in the Iron Age and everything is shit, and we go a little bit lower and we go to the Bronze Age and everything really fucking sucks, and then we start going on the Iron Age, and then we're in the Golden Age for a long time, and then as the Golden Age draws to a close, we enter the Iron Age again and we go downhill. Now, according to Mysterious Universe and Norb Qfis, we are currently in the Iron Age, because the Iron Age lasts 3,000 years. So these last 3,000 years, we were in a Golden Age 3,000 years ago, but now we're right fucking here. We're right on the very... Oh, I'm sorry. You can't see anything. So we were in a Golden Age 3,000 years ago, and now we're right fucking here where we're about to enter a Bronze Age. And that is where we are in the Kali Yuga. So when this guy starts talking... when this guy starts talking about the Kali Yuga, and Norb is talking about the Kali Yuga, and the Mysterious Universe podcast that I actually like is talking about the Kali Yuga, and everybody's talking about how all of these numbers line up, except for Norb. Norb didn't say anything about that.
It as the most
Makes me a little
important
suspicious.
mythological
And also, when we start looking into this, and then Norb posts, literally during the stream, something in 432 hertz? What the fuck? What the actual fuck is going on?
number in history. So what do we have here?
I don't know.
What is it that's trying
To
to
me,
be expressed by all of
that
these
says
coincidences?
something a little strange.
One answer is that over the course of history,
It literally
we have
is
been
all
somehow
coming
guided
together.
Toward both the subconscious
And I only have
creation
6
and
beers in
eventual
this
conscious
case,
recognition
which,
of a grand
you know,
pattern based on
if
frequency,
you
mathematics,
multiply
time,
by
space, and
2,
geometry.
that fits into the 12
Quite
by
possibly,
60 base
these
system of the
synchronistic
ancient
numbers, shapes,
Mesopotamians.
and tones represent
6
the
beers in
building
a
blocks
pack.
of a language that we do not yet fully understand, but could turn out to be the most important.
But I didn't get 6 beers today when I bought this pack. I paid for 6, but I received 12. And when you add 6 plus 1... when you add 6 plus 1 plus 2, you get 9. And that means everything in these videos is No, not even. You don't even have to cheese it by flipping the 6 vertically. We received 12 beers today when we paid for 6, remember? They gave me a free case. That's 6 plus 1 plus 2 for 12 for 9 beers. That is... It all adds up. It's all in the system. It's everything we've just watched is true.
Language we will ever learn. How will we use it? Who will we be conversing with?
Fuck.
Time will tell.
Next thing you know, fucking
Thousands of
light
years ago,
languages are gonna
from
come out to be
locations all over the
true.
globe, various
We're gonna
prophets,
have to do
shamans,
like
and
a
seers
Bigfoot
described in Europe
activation.
when humanity would make some kind of cosmic leap
I'm
into a next
so
level of
upset right
consciousness. Here at the dawning of the age of Aquarius and the star.
At the age of Aquarius? Oh my god, that's on one of my bingo cards.
Baktun cycle. Maybe it's happening.
I'm so upset by literally everything that has happened on this stream. I'm literally so upset right now. I don't even know what to do. That's the end of the video? That's the end of the video and you extended it by another 8 minutes with just fucking Microsoft 7 visualizer effects? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna present a choice to you, chat. Do you want to watch this video about the solfeggio frequencies? Or this video about the solfeggio frequencies? Or this video about the love frequency? Or this video where we talk about energy, vibration, and frequency? It's up to you, because these can all go anywhere now. Carl? New subscriber Carl? Is that my roommate? This is my roommate! Yay! This is, so this is my... Oh, dude. You missed literally everything. You missed me having a spiritual epiphany about the nature of fucking reality. But this is my ex-roommate's dog running in her sleep.
We're good, because I have a normal summon this turn. Normal summon.
Oh, and I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In the background.
It's a 1-star monster. Yeah. We're good, because I have a normal summon.
I hadn't normal summoned that turn.
You put it in my hand, it's a 1-star monster. Effect negated. No, I'll just...
Oh.
Thanks for
I miss
voting.
playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With Josh.
So this gets negated, right? Yeah. Goes back here.
She's a fucking monster. I hate her. Wait, this is my birthday.
Target one face-up monster on each player's field. Until the end of this turn, that opponent's monster loses attack equal to this card's attack. And if it does, that monster you control gains attack equal to this card's attack. So I'm going to reduce...
Oh, that was cute. Okay. Enough doxing myself. You picked option 3, which I think was this one. Let's go.
Omega Solfeggio frequencies. Welcome back to the Nature Society. Before we
Welcome
get
back.
to today's video,
Oh,
make
here's
sure
our
you hit the
werewolf.
like
Grab a
button,
bingo card.
subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll always know when we release a new video. What are the solfeggio frequencies? The solfeggio frequencies are part of the old 6-tone scale.
What frequency
believed
was
to
that
have
burp at?
incorporated sacred music, inclusive of the famous and beautiful Gregorian chants.
No.
Unique tones and chants are found to impart spiritual blessings when they are played harmoniously. Every solfeggio tone comprises frequencies necessary for balancing energy and keeping the spirit, mind, and body in perfect form of harmony.
There's a bee.
Solfeggio is the use of sol, fa syllables to note scale tones. That is solmization. Solfeggio is also known
I
as
want to
a
stack
singing
rocks on a
where
beach.
syllables will be used other than using words or phrases. There are 2 types of solfeggio, the movable do and the fixed do. There are 6 main solfeggio frequencies.
I want to stack rocks on a
They
beach.
are the 396 Hz for liberating one from fear and guilt, the 417 Hz frequencies for creating change and undoing situations, the 528 Hz for miracles and physical
For miracles.
transformations like DNA
Jesus.
repair. The 639
Oh, did she
Hz
just say
frequency-
fucking DNA repair? We weren't supposed to get to DNA repair yet. Here we are, DNA repair. Oh no, that's an additional bingo and I'm out of booze. Well, I'm not out of booze, but I don't want to have another shot. Fine, I'll do a little chug. Just for 3 seconds, though. Okay.
These for
I'm such a gross
relationships
boy.
and reconnecting. The 741 Hertz for getting solutions and expressing
Such a
yourself.
grimy
The
gamer
852
boy right
Hertz
now.
frequencies for returning one to spiritual
Oh yeah, no, you already missed the Nazis. We started with Nazis. You're so far behind.
order. The benefits of the solfeggio frequencies. There are several benefits linked with the using of solfeggio frequencies. They include relieving pain and tension. The 174 Hz frequencies relieve a person from tension and pain. When one is listening to this type of music,
We started
you
with like
observe
a
their breath
blitz of
gradually
just
slowing
fucking.
down, making them very
Oh,
relaxed as
you
they
missed the
drift off to
Flat
quiet
Earth boy.
meditation.
You
Hearing
missed the
frequencies will
Nazi
relax the
boy.
muscles,
Hey, they're the
thereby
same boy,
alleviating
by the way.
tension or pain.
You missed the
Safety,
MGTOW
energy, and
anthem.
survival are linked with the solfeggio frequencies at 285 Hz.
You missed me having an actual epiphany about all of the numbers meaning things. You missed the vast majority of the content of the stream. Honestly, we're finishing off the bingo card now. Like, this is the you're gonna have to go back and watch the VOD because it was actually wild in a way that I can't truly
frequency linked
explain.
to the root chakra. It is a frequency linked to the root of the body. It is the body's most fundamental and primal energy center at the base of a person's spine. This
Like, I have
organ
some stuff
regulates
coming up
all the
that's kinda
energy
fun,
relating
but-
to safety, survival, and instinct. The 396 Hz solfeggio frequencies release fear and guilt. When listening to this frequency, the feelings of fear and guilt
Ah, yes. A white woman with grimy bleached dreadlocks. That's what I really want to embody in my life. Ugh. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you're white, you can wear dreadlocks. You can do it. But they can't be these. They look so disgusting. And just... Ugh. I fucking hate people that have dirty, gross-ass dreadlocks. I hate it. Ugh. So, whatever.
Will kick in. A mantra can be used for harmony to be obtained from the ancient
Dreadlocks are
solfeggio
gross. They
frequencies.
smell bad.
The 417 hertz releases negativity and all past trauma. One will experience relief because the negative experiences and influences from the past slowly leave their consciousness.
It gets rid of
is
your
linked to the
negative
soul.
trauma. It heals your DNA. It lets you move past your past life issues. It just does everything! And that means we have a third bingo. Fucking amazing. Is it Reiki? It's just Reiki that you listen to. It's just Reiki. Guys, why is everything Reiki?
The plexus and the color yellow. The 528 hertz is for clarity, peace, and DNA healing. It is a miracle tone, and
Alright, I
the
took a
love
second
frequency
chug.
which has been claimed to heal the DNA and also cleanses an individual from disease and sickness.
It does
Healing impact
everything.
is amplified through toning and meditation.
Yeah.
Healing interpersonal relationships using 639 hertz. It is a frequency with an ability to reach.
Yeah, there's chakras in there. It does your chakras for you. Music will heal. Oh, here. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. I haven't checked this before, but we're just gonna do 432 hertz. Oops. 432 hertz cancer. Destroy cancer cells with sound. Yep. It fixes your cancer. 432 taxes. It doesn't seem to do your taxes for you. However, we could force it. It does your taxes for you.
Chronic fatigue syndrome.
Alright, so it does your taxes for you. Taxation is theft, 432 hertz. What is this rabbit hole? I love it.
Reconnect. Because of
Are you an old suburban white woman with nothing going on in your life? Shocking. Perhaps you should get into my insane cult where we believe that sound will fix your joints.
allows you to meditate on yourself, your life.
Force
and
your
those of the
husband to
people
do
you
it too.
value and love.
What's up, Star
Problem
Werewolf?
solving and improving emotional stability using 741 hertz. This allows the mind to expand, filling it with various
The
solutions
worst beat
and new
ever
ways
made,
of
number
self-
10. Why do I feel like I've heard that before? Why do I feel like I came upon this during this research? Is it this one? Oh no, it's this one. Yeah, no, you already sent this to me. You already sent this to me. You monster. We've already done this on stream, you monster.
Depression. It unwinds a person's
It was either
worries
you or
and troubles,
Singe.
allowing one to think freely. It creates room for a healthier and stable emotional position and time for more profound.
Oh, someone else followed. Thank you for following, God Save the Sheen. Also, take a bingo card. Wait, we've gotten 3 follows this stream. Slippery Jones, which is my roommate, and then also Angel, who also followed, and God Save the Sheen. Thank you so much, everyone, for following. I really appreciate it. That's great. That's great news. I love it. I thought this stream was going to be garbage because I didn't like this subject matter, but this is going well. It's going very well. Oh no, you fool. You're an hour and a half late for the good vibrations. I don't think this video is in 432 hertz.
Intuition. To create harmony with the universe and yourself, use the 852 hertz solfeggio frequencies.
You don't have to
Then you can
fucking
heighten your
apologize
intuitions
for
in
buying weed.
alignment with your spiritual orders. You can connect with an omnipresent spirit in the universe and bring harmony back to yourself. The 963 hertz solfeggio frequency
Facial tattoos are a mistake. They make you unhireable.
create room for oneness.
I told you I
unity.
posted
They
trash.
awaken your
You've triggered his trash card!
interactions with oneness and interconnections with the universe. This frequency gives you pure and bright visions and thoughts in your mind. The 432 hertz. The 432 hertz is a natural frequency from the universe.
Sorry to disappoint you, Yugi. Huh? You triggered my trap card!
I summon Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck!
That's not what it does.
Roll my dice!
Roll my
Pot
dice!
of Greed! Draw 3. I summon Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck! And I summon Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck! Then I play Magic Force, which allows me to play Pot of Greed once again to draw 3 additional cards from my deck!
You know, he's right.
You know he's right.
No!
You don't have any... Well, you don't have any monsters, and...
Oh,
no
he's supposed to
monsters
be here!
Oh, you got the Celtic Guardian.
My turn! I summon Dark Magician! I also summon Jack's Knight!
There is a hand limit of 7 cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, but he doesn't have a hand. He has a floating nebulous pile of bullshit.
Cards on one turn. It's against the rules.
You never saw this coming! I summoned Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck!
That's not what it does. It doesn't
That
do
is
that.
what it does.
It doesn't.
That's what it
so
does,
much.
Yugi!
That does what it
I
does.
love Slifer the Sky Dragon. So, okay. Alright. So, brief aside. I'd just like to say, I love Magic the Gathering, and I love Yu-Gi-Oh! So much so that I've created an unholy fusion of the two that I refer to as Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering. And I have Tabletop Simulator. So one of these streams, I would eventually like to do a stream where I play card games against you guys, right? And we play Yu-Gi-Oh! And or Magic, but also we play Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering. So, okay. Here's the caveat to my Tabletop Simulator thing, right? I have a custom table. I have all of the structure decks that Magic the Gathering has ever printed, and all of the structure decks that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has printed. You draw one randomly, you draw another one randomly, you smash them together. That's your Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering deck. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this stream. We're gonna get through the rest of the videos that I have set up for this stream. And then tomorrow... Oh, wait, not tomorrow. Sunday. My blood type. I don't even know my blood type. As long as you have Tabletop Simulator. So, Sunday, what do you call it? Saturday, I'm painting with my boyfriend. I'm going to be making some more, like, acrylic pour art. And then, you don't know my blood type. And then, Sunday, you and I and whoever else, as long as you guys are all in the Discord, I will add everyone. we can play Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering together. And I'll add as many new decks and cards and such as you want to the game. And I'll even try to find out how to add my custom Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering decks to it. Because there are shocking synergies between Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic. There are things that you wouldn't even think of. And so there are a couple small rule differences that you need to know before we start. Which are that when you run out of life points, you start losing life, the magic life pool, at 1 point per 400 damage, right? And vice versa, it's you lose 400 life points for each point of damage you would have lost in Magic the Gathering when you're out of one or the other. The game only ends when you're out of both. Monsters and creatures, that's the same thing. Spells, any magic card is a spell as it's being cast, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Spell cards are spells all the time. There's so many interesting interactions, and I'm sure they will all come up when we play my bastard card game, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering, together. Oh, I'm so excited.
Having cosmic healing abilities and attracting a huge audience to the music. Music is tuned to below a semitone, way lower than the standard 440 Hz, and it gives direct access to the universe's hidden treasures.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering does not currently have a ban list, right? So as long as your deck contains multiple copies of Monster Reborn, you can use it, right? Jar of Greed is a trap card that draws you one card. But here's the thing, right? Say you play Monster Reborn, well, that's a spell card. I can counterspell that with anything that would stop a spell from being played. No, of course polymerization isn't banned. In fact, I might straight up exceed summon on your asses in this game. You don't know. I don't know how exceed summoning works.
Frequencies are
but I might do it.
To a quiet place, away from any form of distraction. This silent place should be a place where you feel most welcome and free to
I
express
activate
who you are.
Jar of Greed.
A closet, bedroom, backyard, or an open field.
No, Jar of Greed
Get in a
sucks. Jar of
comfortable
Greed's a
position.
trap card that
You can
draws
use
you
a
one
couch,
card.
bed, or a place on the floor. Position yourself in a way that you find most comfortable. One style which works well when meditating is the lotus position, but that is not strictly necessary. Select a suitable track that you will start with. The Solfeggio frequencies do not have a particular order to be followed. You can start from the last, backward to the beginning. Add the frequencies to a playlist and play them through, ensuring your favorite frequencies are on repeat. You can set the playlist to reshuffle for a random selection. Set the frequencies at a volume you are comfortable with. The music sounds used for healing are best set at low to moderate volume, as it is meant for relaxation. Every person will have a volume preference. It is advisable to experiment so that you get the appropriate volume that works for you. Relax yourself.
My personal favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering deck,
used for meditation
the frequency on my balls.
Focus and remain relaxed.
My personal favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering deck is you take Sultai, the black, green, blue Magic the Gathering archetype, and Dark Worlds, and you smash them together because Sultai focus on discarding cards so that you can use those cards to pay for their delve cost. But Dark Worlds, when you discard them, you get crazy effects. Ah, it's so much fun. Infuse crystal energy into your drinking water.
Energy Wellness Garrett.
You fucks.
Thank you for watching one of our videos again. Change your energy, change your life. And that's very important because...
So this is actually the guy that we created as a, like, not a real person thing during our last stream where we were making fun of new age guys that are just new age to get girls. This is him.
Because everything being energy, we need to find ways and means to very passively introduce. So we don't want to just stick our fingers in the socket.
But his crystal vodka like shit is really fucking funny.
But in a very subtle way. Now, what I have here before me is a unique way of infusing all kinds of energy in your body. And what do we know about water? Well, first of all, we are 70% plus water. Our blood is 94% plus water. So water next to oxygen should be your first nutrient. So hydrate yourself. Problem being is, what are we hydrating
I drink
with?
so much water on these streams,
very
and
often
it's
then,
never enough.
The water that we consume is energetically dead. Okay?
Oh, it's
And
because
there's a
my
principle.
water is energetically
Life
dead. I
gives
should
life,
be putting
so it's very
rocks in it. You're
important
so
that
right.
we put living things into our bodies. This is just like keeping your batteries charged up. If not, what happens if you use a battery? You drain it, and eventually it runs out, and
then you die.
Don't have any power. Nothing will happen anymore. Your light won't shine. So come up with this very unique water container, and that can be so programmed, okay, in many different ways, things you can add to it. And when you drink the water out of here, and the water becomes super smooth, it's got a nice carrying case, slides into. But what's unique here is
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal... No. Eye Catch, I think is what it's called.
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
I love these.
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal
Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal
Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full
Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Wow, he really shouted that one. He really likes Winry. And this just goes.
Full Metal Alchemist. 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 Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
A hot swap update. What are you talking about?
Full Metal Alchemist. 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 Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, that's enough Full Metal Alchemist.
Slides into.
Full Metal Alchemist.
But what's unique here is that we're dealing with crystals and all kinds of things that we can add into it. So just
I like how this only has 321
This is already
views.
available on my website, okay, bioenergywellnesscare.com. So click on it.
That is Brotherhood.
Information. We have
That
the
literally
the
was
chakra
all
balancing
Brotherhood.
stones in this one. I also inserted in there my small necklace.
Only
or pendant,
Brotherhood had those eye
which has
catches.
the energy card, which got orgonite in it, as well as got the chakra colors in there. By simply opening up the box.
New Age is like every quasi-spiritual belief ever.
Bottom of it, you can add whatever else you want in there. Even you have perhaps some stones that got some words written there. Love.
Oh, does Hunter x Hunter have shitty eye
inspire,
catches?
Joy, happiness, anything that can lift you up. And
Anything
from Dr.
that can
Emoto's
lift you
work,
up?
you could see from the water crystals. So I would really like you to see the principles, the science that's been
by the way, boys, this is grifting.
that water has
If you're not
meaning to it,
familiar with what
and
grifting is, this is a
crystalline structures
grift.
actually exist in water. But if you got dead water,
No,
the
because
crystal
then
structures
you'd
aren't
get
very good.
ammo
when we're
in your
drinking
water.
What do crystals do? Crystals tune to frequencies. Okay, so we can attune these frequencies.
You can
Now,
attune these frequencies.
we can attune the water. So by using different crystals, quartz, rose quartz, amethyst, whatever you might.
All three of those are kinds of quartz, you fuck!
You can put it in here. You can put the words in here.
Sorry
This
for
one
yelling.
here, I got the chakra balancing because it's nice to be totally evenly balanced. I got my energy card in here, and
my energy card.
This round pendant actually, okay, which again has the chakras. It's got organite in there. So now
it's got the chakras. It's got organite.
Oh, we're creating a
I'm not going to do a
concept
geology stream.
it's
I'm
gonna be
only an
where the
amateur
energy
rock
is
nerd.
captured and tunes
I just
the
get
water.
upset when people
When we
are
drink this
dumb
water,
about crystals.
It's going to also help you get attuned. We are being drawn down by everything around it, and people are right now very much more worried about all the Wi-Fi.
I don't think he did. I don't even know who that
EMFs,
is.
electromagnetic forces that are coming
EMFs.
to us from, and these are invisible. So that's the whole reason why I use my, in my videos, I use my wands, because they display what the energies are there. So how it can
His
actually
spirit
help you
guns!
or
Oh my
reduce
god!
your energy. And we want our energy fields to be as big as we can make it.
Oh shit.
Because it's kind of like boosting.
Wait. We got crystals! That's a bonus drink for you boys. Make sure you take 2 drinks now. You have to catch up with me. Since I'm 3 beers in, and you're not. What are my thoughts on pumice versus obsidian? Well, they're both volcanic stones. Obsidian technically is a type of glass instead, but I mean, they're both useful. You can use pumice to scrub your feet, get rid of all that dead foot gunk. And you can use obsidian in swords. And experimentally as part of scalpels, because obsidian is one of the sharpest materials for some reason. I don't know why. But I actually have a big chunk of obsidian right here above the camera. Oh wait, that's not my obsidian. My obsidian's up here, even farther above the camera. Ugh. Okay, so this is my chunk of obsidian. As you can see, it's black because it's obsidian. And it's just a volcanic stone. It's just a rock. I keep crystals all around the house in various little spots. Well, no, they exist. Obsidian Mayan sword. Aha! This is the word I could not spell. Makahatl. No, say the word for me. Macahuatl. Obsidian isn't just carbon. Obsidian is absolutely just not just carbon, it's glass. It's a volcanic glass. So yeah, this is... I am not... So, alright, here's the deep lore. Let me put this back. Okay. So here's the deep lore on me and my origins. Maquidahil. I'm not going to pronounce it right because I can't say words. The deep lore on me. No, fuck. Maquidahil. How do I pronounce this? How to say. This is just like when I tried to say Quetzalcoatl.
You're looking at how to pronounce the name of this ancient Aztec weapon, a wooden club with several embedded obsidian blades. How do you go about pronouncing this word? Maquahuitl.
Maquahuitl.
Quahuitl.
Maquahuitl.
Maquahuitl weapon.
Maquahuitl weapon.
Here are more videos on how to pronounce.
Thank you. Maquahuitl. Okay, now you know. Anyway. Okay, but you spelled it wrong. Maquahuitl is what you said, but it's Maquahuitl. So the deep lore that I was about to get into is that I know my mother's side of the family is Irish, but I have no idea what my father's side is, aside from the fact that the last name of my father is, like, sort of Mexican, maybe. And I'm not going to get more specific than that. So I might have a little Mexican in me, but, like, if I do, it's like a quarter or an eighth or less. So, that's the deep lore on me. Enjoy the deep lore. Back to crystals in your water.
System. And so, your water that you drink is a big factor. Again, there's so much water. And the evidence of that is that if you were to burn the body in a cremation process, let's say, you end up with this little urn, 2 to 5 pounds of ash. Everything else is vaporized. So drink your water, drink healthy water, and this is one way. Doesn't matter what your water source is. Even if it's tap water, you can improve it somewhat. But you might be using some alkaline machines or even the John Ellis water.
John Ellis water. What is that? Let's look into that. The fuck?
Now, the way the machine works, this boiler
I have to go pee
is
again.
connected to that tank.
Because I drink
Where
so
there's a
much
condenser
water.
flow.
Do you guys think that if I drank John Ellis water, I would have to pee less? Alright. I'm gonna go pee. I'll
That
be
y'all
right
listen
back.
to on a regular basis. It's played through bad frequencies. Look it up on YouTube, bro. Look it up right now when y'all done with this video.
So, in order to compare 432 versus 440, I just detuned my piano by about 32 cents. It's the difference between 440 hertz and 432 hertz. This is what all the apps do that claim to convert your music to 432 hertz. They just detune it by that factor.
432 hertz apps. You could play all your music and everything through this app.
The important thing, though, is that it's not changing the temperament. The distance between each one of these notes in the scale remains exactly the same as it does in 440. We use a 12-tone equal tempered system. That doesn't bother me, but the big reason why people keep talking about 432 is because of its frequency relationships.
It's played through bad frequencies.
If we simply keep the equal temperament at 432, we won't get these better frequencies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to retune my entire piano to these better frequencies, whatever they are. There's a problem, though. There are many different sources online that give different values, so we'll try a couple of them. The first source we're going to check out is a documentary called Sonic Geometry, the Language of Frequency and Form, which has almost 2 million views on YouTube. Let's check it out.
The tuning method required to reveal geometric shapes is based on a mathematical grid rather than mathematical ratios. This grid, if it had a name, would probably be called something like factor 9, because the number 9 is found not only in the sum of every note on the grid, but also as the number required to move up or down the scale.
Okay, great. We have our chart. So I'm going to use the software called Piano Tech, which is super powerful. It lets me tune to very specific frequencies. First, we're going to go to 432 hertz, of course. Then we're going to go to advanced tuning. We're going to select and make sure that A is situated there. We select frequencies, and then boom, we have A equals 432 hertz at the top. Now we can just type in whatever we want for the rest of the notes. So instead of 407.8 hertz, ooh, that's bad math, we're gonna find, oh, A flat should be 414 hertz. Much better. Now you might notice on this chart that there's both G sharp and A flat here, which are enharmonic. They're the same thing in our equal tempered system. We're gonna just kind of ignore that for right now and move on to figure out what G is supposed to be. It's supposed to be 378 hertz. Type that bad boy in. F sharp's 360. F is 342.
Okay.
E is 324.
We actually watched the video that
D
he's
sharp is
referencing,
306.
so
D is 288. C sharp is 270. C is 252. B is 234. And A sharp is 225. So now that we've retuned this factor 9 grid, let's hear how music sounds with it. Check it out.
It sounds like shit.
That didn't sound all that harmonious to me, like it's some greater expression of musical truth and beauty in the universe. To me, that sounded quite, dare I say, out of tune.
It's played through bad frequencies.
Well, it turns out the way that musicians play their instruments and tune their instruments has less to do with specific frequencies and much more to do with the relationships between those frequencies. What we have found is that our ears generally like simple relationships between two frequencies. The number of the frequency just doesn't really matter to musicians. It's that ratio that matters. We currently use a 12-tone equal tempered system to tune our musical instruments, which not only does a pretty good job of approximating these ratios,
Alright, so this guy's debunking, we don't care.
The whole universe is made of energy, and frequency is an important aspect of the universe that influences every part of our lives. Welcome back to the Nature Healing Society. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, go ahead and subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next Nature Healing Society video. The 432 Hz frequency is rooted in science, architecture, musical history, and geometry. Did you know that the music we listen to on a daily basis is recorded at 440 Hz? This is said to be due to international tuning standards. When we change the tuning to 432 Hz, even if at 8 cycles for every second, a shift occurs in our bodies and thoughts.
None of what she just said makes sense. Okay.
Listening to a 432 frequency music track can reduce anxiety, give you emotional healing, and better intuition. Music has always been a force to reckon with in our lives.
Yes, it
Music
is Reiki
affects your
that
psyche,
you listen to.
affecting
Thank you.
such internal functions as the heart rate and blood pressure. Music is made up of frequencies. The frequencies in a music track can influence our feelings and the responses of
channel,
the brain, which relies on a combination
look at how
of
many
frequencies.
live streams
the
this
432
channel is
frequency
running.
gives a person a strong sense of relaxation. A 432 Hz frequency music track also
Look at
brings
what you
the brain
people
into
have done
harmony
to my
with the
YouTube
Earth frequency.
recommendations.
Knowing the importance of the 8 Hz frequency is vital to understanding. Without the 432 Hz frequency in the music world, simply put, neither of the two can exist independently. Musically, 8 Hz frequency forms the basis for 432 Hz. 432 Hz aligns with our planet's heartbeat. Medical doctors have stated that brainwaves resonate perfectly at around 8 Hz. This frequency can resonate inside a person's body, thereby releasing any emotional blockage and aligning the person's energy. The 432 frequency music may also heighten perception, increase a person's mental clarity, and unlock your intuition.
I'm so happy for you.
Hi there, this is Melanie. I'm a talk show hostess of the show Enlighten Me Happy Hour. We also have a live virtual platform called Enlighten Me Network, and I have one of my favorite people here with us today, Richard Lewalt, who is an energy worker and has done some amazing healing on me personally over the last little while. And I think everyone should know.
Okay, just look at the way he's looking at her. He's absolutely smashing. Like, he is fucking her. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? But this dude, the last stream, when we sat down and we said, oh, if you want to get these fucking spiritual hippie girls, all you have to do is wear an amulet, wear a bracelet, pretend you're a hyper-specific practitioner of this or that, and they'll fuck you. That's what this guy is. That's who he is. He is this man. He is this man that we made up. And, like, if the camera was not on, that shirt would be open. You know? He wouldn't be wearing anything underneath. The shirt would be open. And he'd be telling her that, you know, her clothes are restricting the flow of Reiki to her body. And he needs to shove an orgonite dildo up her ass. That's just what would be happening right now.
About what Richard is doing for people and to help them with not only to improve the balance in their bodies overall, but also to take away pain, inflammation, and also use an alternative natural healing process that doesn't require people to take harmful chemicals and drugs, which is what I actually really loved the most about his sessions. But Richard, if you could kindly share with us a bit about your background and your journey about what led you to this particular point in time.
Well, as a teenager, I was a junk food junkie, and my skin suffered. I was just covered with blemishes, and I would visit the doctor and specialist, and would get the typical tetracycline and so on, and
I like
certain
that they have
injections,
a salt crystal
but nothing
lamp
helped.
in the background.
So
I have a salt crystal lamp
I
because
realized
I like
then
glowing
that
crystals as an aesthetic.
I need to take charge. They don't have any answers for me. So around 20 years old, I got very interested, ended up walking into a health food store. And from there I was introduced to Dr. Bernard Jensen, Dr. Christopher was an herbalist, and many others such like these people in those days that were making the circuit and holding seminars. So that's where I got my beginnings, and it was kind of exciting because I had to make a shift. So changed my lifestyle and started eating cleaner and drinking more water and things like that. I noticed how things were starting to really turn around. So, wow, this really works, right? So, from there on in, it's been a journey of 48 years. So, the nutrition and stuff like that, being involved with many different products. I always consider myself a guinea pig. I tell people I was born in New Guinea, so I'm my own guinea pig. So, anything that I do promote, I want to know for me that it's going to work. What do I notice? Is it going to be able to help me? Is it going to be able to help other people? I won't promote anything to the point that I already know what it's doing. Because I just don't want to come it from the head, that I'm just marketing. I want to come from the heart. When you have that knowingness from inside, yes, this has all the potential to help other people because I know it's helping me. So this is the way that I put things forward. I share all this, and so technology came on board over the years, different types of devices and so on, and I familiarized myself with different technologies and different styles of how to work with that to help enhance the body's healing capacity. And so now I can basically look at the concept of what something does, but have a general understanding as to how healing happens. And again, I've always wanted to correct people on it. People come to me, they've tried many different things, and then when they come to me, are you a healer or are you a doctor? I'll put this to people, that I'm a doctor in the form of a teacher, because I share what I know with the people. That empowers them to take that knowledge that they can work, so they're not just totally dependent on come and see me for every little thing, right? And so people can leave, they feel good. I'm coaching. So basically, I'm a health coach for the most part of it, right?
I'm a health coach.
And integrate some unique things that I've learned with, because everything I use is very unique. And then the style that I apply also is very unique.
Little side story. I actually dated a guy for, let's see, how long? Maybe 3 months, maybe a little bit longer than that. I dated this guy for like 3 months who might find my Twitch channel at any moment and just show up. So be aware of that. who was a life coach, and he's this like big, kind of like chunky black guy who's like he's a very like alternative guy. He's got like a bunch of like little curly puffs for hair, and just like, you know, he's a very alternative boy. He wears a lot of crystals. He's into like new age shit, and he said that we vibed together really well. Oh, we vibed together really well. And so I dated this dude, and he would tell me all the crazy shit that he would have to put up with, because basically his job was that he owned his own life coaching business where he would go to people's houses, usually in the suburbs, usually McMansions, and just like help manage their lives for them. So like he would be in charge of like at Christmas time putting together their Christmas trees, like making sure their outside of their house was decorated properly, like making sure that their shopping trips coordinated with their girlfriend's shopping trips. So it's like all this basic dumb shit that you wouldn't hire anybody for unless you were like stupidly rich. He would tell me some fucking crazy shit about these people and about like the kinds of like stuff he would have them do. Like he was basically this guy right here. Like that is who he was. He was basically this man, just like constantly convincing them that he was some sort of like magical healer person. I don't know. It was whatever. It ended when he fucking just kept flaking on dates because, oh, I'm just so busy running my business.
But
oh,
these are allowing
so
people
busy.
to make massive
I know I
breakthroughs.
told you I'd be at
100% the people
your,
I've worked with in the last month just walked out of here. And again, it's unblocking energy. Bottom line is everything is energy. There's things we consume, but we are energy. And if you take the foundations, it's always about foundations, right? Sometimes we try to do things, you know, the magic pill for every ill. And maybe some of these things can be good. You can have good supplements, herbs, and drinks, and whatever, juices, and so on. But if you lack the energy, so I always point out to the car. You can have a car, you can have the best car in the world with the best of everything in the car, but if you have a bad battery,
sell me your fucking energy car.
I can interact, see where their issues are coming from, and then discover how the energy can be changed. So, for example, I came up with this a negative impact. So, for me, it's what I'm allowed to do is to make some amazing breakthroughs with my tools, because I can measure, I can discover things, and it's all of a sudden the universe has become my world with the wands. Ideas. Like I'm literally driving along sometimes, I get an idea.
What I'm allowed to do after the last lawsuit.
How this can make. And as I work with different people, again, I interact, see where their issues are coming from, and then discover how the energy can be changed. So, for example, I came up with this by testing a cushion. This is so basically fundamental, but everyone that I test needs this. And so this facilitates your spine, the tailbone dropping in here. So when you sit on this can completely rebalance. And when you're normally sitting,
but I sit like
because
a dummy.
Your feet are off, then the whole body goes off, your posture goes off, your tailbone goes off. So when you're sitting down, you're actually having an impact on the tailbone going off sideways, forward, backwards.
My tailbone is sideways.
And what is the tailbone?
Because
it is the foundation
I curl my
to your
knees
spine.
into my chest
and
when I sit down.
you don't have that correct, energetically, you are having an issue. The spine loses its strength, the power, capacity, and then therefore the rest of your body suffers. So one simple solution that I've been able to discover just 5-6 months ago. Everyone needs one of these. Then,
everyone
for example,
needs one.
here,
I need one, apparently.
I'm just going to grab these. These are amazing products, too. We put them into your shoes. They contain magnetics,
Magnetics.
And tourmaline, just like what I'm wearing here, great for grounding.
Tourmaline.
And many other things. So tourmaline stones, magnetics, they're implanted in these gem soles, and when you use them, put them in your feet.
If you haven't crossed crystals off your bingo
points
card, do it now.
When you put them in there, it's like turbocharging, putting this energy all up your feet.
If you
It's
haven't
gonna
crossed
make a
grifting
difference
off
to
your
entire
bingo
body,
card,
because
do
all
it
those points
now.
are connected to everything above.
This is grifting. Everything that he's doing right here is grifting.
Simple things. And then I have got a unique way as well of working on people's feet. I do a lot of work on it, so
way of
work
working
above,
on
work
people's
below.
feet. It's called shoving them in my
Get your
mouth.
foundation straightened out, and you
Not
can have
me.
a
He has a
return
foot
of
fetish,
massive
not me. I
health
don't
out
have a
there.
foot fetish.
So, yeah, there's many things I can talk about. That's why I've generated many videos now, and it's just to share that whole concept of energy, because everything is energy. So we can take that all into an energetic equation, and
Everything is like
enlighten
energy,
people
love and
basically what they can do for themselves. Because we see with our senses, we sense really very little of what all is happening in our lives. So we need to expand. And the wands have allowed me to allow people to see. Okay, so I always say this: whatever can be measured can be managed. So that's the key. And so we know how things are impacting us. What do we do to correct? And then the body does the magic. Okay, we got something like 50 to 100 trillion cells in these bodies. There's something like 100,000 processes per second per cell. So can we quantify what is going on? No, it's just beyond. But just know that from day one, as your body was formed, every cell, the way it multiplies, heals, repairs, rejuvenates, it keeps on recreating itself, okay, keeps us going. So if we do that in a perfect way, life could actually go on for a long time, right?
Absolutely.
So I always put myself as the number one object.
Grifter. The number one grifter. All right.
With a little boiler feeder tube, so the water's free to go back and forth. So when you fill it with water, it allows only about 1.5 cups of water in the boiler at a time. There's a reason for that. 1.5 cups of water isn't much water. Put 1.5 cups of water in a saucepan. Turn it on the stove. Because it's not much water, it's going to boil over, it's going to froth. So in the boiler, this is important, you're frothing to the surface. Your viruses, your bacteria, your drugs, the markers, whatever disease they're looking for in a blood test, to the surface. Then you hit it with high intensity UV and heat. But you're not doing it once, 3 times a minute, hundreds of times for every gallon you're making. And when you first fill it with cold water especially, if you look down, you can see the water, the boiling water come out of the boiler.
You can see the water. Okay.
Through the boiler feeder tube into the tank because it leaves a trace. Then the pressure drops to 0, then it refills again. The process repeats. Now as the steam rises, it goes through the condensing coil after being through this process. And then the cold water coming in from the faucet, because it's colder, it's heavier, it's denser. That goes to the bottom of the tank. That goes back and forth through the boiler. Then when it gets hot enough, it rises to the top and goes through the overflow. Now normally when you're running the machine, when it's full of water, you have this valve over here on the slowest steady run you can make. A little more than a drip, but the slowest steady run you can make. Then if you want to, it's up to you. Turn up the flow, 10 gallons an hour, 240 gallons a day. And that's the water you can read about because you can make it so much faster. That's the water they use on wells.
What? I don't... Okay.
Hi, Richard Lewald, bioenergywellnesscare.com. Thank you for being with us
Jesus
here today
Christ,
and
you're
watching
so
this video.
loud. Stop.
I have a very important message for you. We know we are being bombarded by all kinds of energy and people are looking at what to do, what's all about this energy.
5G causes coronavirus, we know.
Change your life, okay? And by you building up your personal energy, you're actually building up your immune system. with all the issues that is going on regarding, health and situations right now developing globally, we need to explore that concept. And because energy is invisible, you can watch on my videos, my previous videos, all what I do with my wands, my guns, to measure energies. And I've been asked to put a product together that could help us with the energy that would be in a pendant form, like in a jewelry form. Well, this is going to be, it's one way we've done it now. This particular pendant has my energy card on the back. It has orgone, and it also got the 7 chakra colors in there. So this can balance you energetically in a huge way, okay, by just wearing this or having this near your body. It's simple, easy to put it there. I've had, for example, a couple of testimonials about how this energy has worked. Had a lady who was sitting close to her smart meter.
Yeah.
And she said, I felt like I was being choked. And by having the energy card, this is the first time that she was doing it, she held her energy card by her throat, and she's within 5 minutes, that choking feeling was clearing up. And then when she went to bed, she was fine.
Totally real.
So
actually
people
happened.
starting to realize that behind this is technology that's been around for some time, okay? So the concept with the energy card, we'll do some further details in one of our other videos, or you can look up to be explained. So watch in the YouTube channel. We're doing everything to help and educate. So it's a combination of this energy card that will help build your energy up, or your immune system. And it's a combination of that and what they call OGs, or orgone generators. And once again, we've got some previous videos as well where we've been using these two together to balance the energy in a home. And so from a feng shui perspective.
From a feng shui perspective. I already have one of those. Stop trying to grift to me.
You see that energies in your home can be out of balance in different places.
I got it because when I went to move in, my friend left me a bunch of his backpacks, and one of them had an orgone generator in it.
But you don't see it. It's almost like an energy vortex. Okay, by placing this, for example,
they love the word vortex.
You are distributing the frequencies. Okay, it's not again like electricity.
This is the last video.
Actual.
We're gonna finish here so I can play some mayhem before bed.
Between these two materials, the geometrics that is all of a sudden created, and it builds out this energy field. So this can help reduce the impact of all the electronics, Wi-Fi.
Oh no, not the impact of the electronics, like my wireless headphones and my microphone and my 2 monitors and my camera and my computer and my Wi-Fi router and my modem and my fucking lasers and my Wi-Fi light bulbs. I need to reduce the impact of my electronics
system, which will help your cells, which will help your
before they kill
will help
me.
you overall to survive at the biggest
level.
They're
killing me.
And here we've got a very simple way to do it. You keep it on you all the time. Putting these two together at home would be great. Putting it on an electrical circuit, anything that's plugged into the wall, because it will take those frequencies, distribute it evenly through your place, and it will jump out actually. And if
will it? Because it's just a bunch of crystals and resin. I know how to make those. It's just a bunch of crystals and bits of colored glass and little bits of copper wire in resin. It's not even like, oh, these are a naturally formed crystal that just soaks up all the bad radiation. No, it's literally you used resin, which is a complicated chemical, to create that. And I know you did, because I know how to make those.
It will carry those frequencies back out there, perhaps into your neighboring units as
this
well.
Man,
so you can be a good neighbor by.
This man is the, like, lawful evil Peter Kane. Wrong? What's wrong?
Baby, I don't know what you're so mad about. AOC is not going to go out with me. And
so tired though.
My hands
Air. What are you doing?
This guy is the chaotic good version of this guy. This is the lawful evil Peter Kane. His opposite.
Having one of these in your home, but this is going to make you so
Peter
portable,
Kane would never
okay?
try to sell
And
us
as
anything.
you go about in the world, you don't see the energies that you're coming in contact with, and it's just going to expand. Again, with the balanced chakras, it's going to open you up. It makes you more intuitive and makes you maybe more sensitive and to the energies around, and be more empowered. And that's what we need to be. We need to be more empowered.
We're
So we
really
have answers,
shilling to
okay?
suburban
And that's
wine
one
moms
way
here.
to
They just need to be more
check the
empowered.
videos. Got so
You
many
know,
of them out there.
it really sucks how you're a white woman living in the suburbs who's a housewife, and there's a wage gap. Oh my god, have you heard of the wage gap?
If you need more information,
all right,
it's in existence, so it's there for you.
That's it for the
Thank you
stream.
for watching this. Hope this is of some interest.
Thank you guys for coming. I had fun. More fun than I thought I would have. Maybe the universe is trying to tell us that 432 Hertz is the one true path to enlightenment. I don't know. Probably it is. We'll find out together. I'm going to have some pizza, and I'm going to play Path of Exile Mayhem Micro League. That's going to be a lot of fun. On probably Sunday, I will try to get that Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering stream going. That'll be a lot of fun. If you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The Gathering and you're watching the stream while we play it, you're cheating and you're a scumbag, so don't do that. But I will see you guys very soon. I